2026 African Languages Week has come as an opportunity for me that I get to understand more the African Academy of Languages stakeholders and what they are doing in the industry of African languages. So the week has become a fruitful platform to learn about what the member states are doing in terms of implementing the language policies and projects in honor of the African languages. And having African Languages Week Coordinating Committee as members whom we are working together, it is also an opportunity to reach further to many areas where by perhaps ACALAN itself could not have reached. So it is an opportunity for all of our African languages enthusiasts and supporters for this week, because it's when we consolidate our energy, our thinking, our resources to think beyond and say, what else can we do to make African languages, not only in Africa, but globally impactful?
Good evening. My name is Dr. Ojo Babajide Johnson. I'm from Nigeria. I'm here in Accra for the African Languages Week 2026 and the celebration of ACALAN's 20 solid years of promoting African languages in Africa. The one in Accra, which we are just ending today, is a huge success, because from there we were able to talk about many things which will be operationalized as soon as possible. The AIT and African intelligence is something very new, and I think I'm excited. It is a very wonderful time, and it's a great success. For ACALAN.
My name is Margaret Nanshinga, the coordinator of the African Languages Week Coordinating Committee. I'm here in Ghana celebrating the African Languages Week. The African Languages Week 2026 was about water, sustainable water, and sanitation, and we are looking at how our languages, African languages, can be used to promote sustainable water and to promote sanitation among our communities and our countries in general. We are looking at how we can use our proverbs, our idioms, our folklore, our traditions, our history, which is kept in our norms and traditions and in our cultures. What does it say about water? Sustainable water, and what does it say about sanitation? We've been able to see a lot of information, indigenous knowledge about water and sanitation that is contained in our languages, in our proverbs, and in our idioms and everything. The Ghana event, we were able to attend the African Languages Conference, and it was very exciting the way they are discussing language issues, education issues, development issues, using African languages, using their languages, which are being translated into the languages we got at independence. It's so exciting, and when you see the young people, the youth also engaging with their languages, excitedly coming up to promote their languages, that is a positive.
My name is Dr. Hamisi Babusa, a lecturer of Kiswahili and language education at Kenyatta University. I'm also an author of kids' books, which are in Kiswahili, and also my first language, Pokomo, and also the founder and director of Babusa TV, which is a kids channel, Kiswahili kids channel that entertains and educates kids through Kiswahili and English songs. So here now today, we are wrapping up the African Languages Week at Accra, Ghana. It was a wonderful week. We are also planning about the 20th anniversary of ACALAN, And in wrapping up the African Languages Week, there are many things that have happened. There are shows all over Africa. I can talk specifically from Kenya because I come from Kenya. So in Kenya, we had some conferences. There's one which was organized by Africa Rising, and I was also invited, and I presented about kids learning STEM through African languages, which is not happening, and it's making African countries to lag behind. Also, here in Accra, Ghana, at the University of Ghana, there was also another conference, African Languages Conference, that also was being wrapped today, and wonderful presenters were there. They presented about African languages. One of the organizers is also a committee member of the African Languages Week, Adi Namaran. He was one of the organizers of that conference, and it was wonderful. And we are just hoping that now African languages will be taken seriously and will be treated as weapons for development of Africa. Because if we use our languages, others will stop calling Africa third world countries. We want to be first world countries like the other developed countries that used their first languages in education, development, innovation, and STEM. So we want the same in Africa so that our kids or the coming generations can become innovators, inventors, and problem solvers.
Hello, my name is Otifafa. I'm speaking to you from Ghana. The 2026 edition of the Africa Languages Week has just begun, and we finished our work meeting in Accra to discuss the way forward. We have decided to go practical and get in touch with the people on the ground so that the week or the event belongs to the people. It doesn't have to be about all policies and nothing more. The people in the grassroots, our own people, must be involved. We must speak the Ewe, we must speak the Akan, we must speak the Ga, we must speak every Africa language to keep them alive. One of the projects that was proposed is to get mathematics and science translated into the native languages, get them into videos, animations, so that our children can be immersed into these subjects even as they are young, and they will not be consumers as we that have gray hair have been consuming all our lives. They would get these things imbibed into them, and at the end of the day, they can also be innovators as we have in Japan and China. That should be the way forward. Let's make the African languages living languages, working languages, so that they do not go extinct.
I'm called John Simbi. I'm from Rwanda. I represent both Rwanda and the Pan-African Writers Association in the African Languages Week Coordinating Committee. I was fully impressed by the promotion of African languages in Ghana here, where we celebrated the African Languages Week. Both the conference and the meeting we had was very meaningful, as we considered language as key in sustainable development. We actually had to emphasize the importance of promoting language, African languages in our countries and the whole continent, to promote different sectors for sustainable development in Africa, especially basing on the Agenda 2063.